I don't do butt stuff before you poop. I know it's 2017 and Bernie ate ass, you know, why shouldn't I? Maybe if Bernie was focused on running a winnable fucking campaign and not eating so much ass, you know, maybe, alright? The sentence used to be, I've never done butt stuff. But you can't unring a bell. And here's what happened. I was in a hotel. You guys ever hotel fuck? Nobody? Yeah, hotel fuck rules. Why? You don't have to clean. Hotel fucking is the best. Who gives a shit what it smells like? Not your house. Hotel fucking rules. So I was having hotel sex and we were 69ing, which is the grossest sexual position. It's the coolest sounding, but it's the grossest. Because and I know I'm saying a lot of controversial things on stage here tonight. Like, you know, I don't do butt stuff. 69ing's gross. Here's my argument on 69ing. It's like someone in the 60s did a bunch of acid and was like, hey, let's put our noses on the smelliest parts of each other's bodies. I want my nose where your ass sweat and your genital sweat meet. And I want to smell that smell. Also, no man has ever made a woman come while 69ing. Because you can't find the clitoris. It's like trying to find a light switch in your basement with the lights off. You're just feeling around the general area. You're like, I've been here before. It's just never like this. You know, so it's just, and by the end of it, you're both dehydrated. It's not great. We're 69 and I have a lot to think about because it's the worst. And I decided, you know what, Josh? It's time to take some risks, all right? It's time to see what this butt game is all about. And so I being the son of a military man, I took a little scout, a recon buddy, and I said, hey fella, you go tell me the topographical lay of the land. I want to know the peaks and valleys, the nooks and crannies, let's go find Saddam. And I sent him in, and let me just tell you, the initial campaign was a success. We got a lot of good feedback from the locals. Making some real positive inroads. And I was like, okay, buddy, you come on back. We're going to plan a full assault, all right? You bring the information, we're going to shock and awe this beehole. And he came back, and he brought a prisoner. Now, it's a kill-only mission. It's a kill-only mission. I'm not going to poop came out of her butt, is what I'm trying to say. You guys remember the theatrical thriller, The Matrix, and Bullet Time? That's real. Because her butt, her poop fell like a centimeter every minute. I just was aware of it the whole way. And then it landed on the pillow and rolled to somewhere that wasn't where I was. I don't know where it went. To answer some follow-up questions, did I get soft immediately? Absolutely. Absolutely. Just immediately a noodle. Did she think it was something that she did? Of course she did. And it sort of was. Like, I don't know if she had Crohn's, but you should still tell me, you know, like, what's your butthole situation? You know what I mean? Did I call her, text her again? Absolutely not. Never again. Does she know why? She can't. Of course she can't. The greater good is not ever telling her about this, but telling strangers about it. What if I had texted her back? What if I had forgiven her asshole for its transgression? And we get married? And then we start saying our own vows, and then right before I have to say mine, I look into this beautiful, very polite woman's face, and what do I see? I see poop falling out of her butt. I can't marry her. What I'm saying is, guys, you knock on Poop's door, Poop's gonna answer. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, while you guys are playing fast and loose and rosebudding and all that cool shit. At some point, it's gonna get bad. And then you'll remember me. I don't do butt stuff. I recently learned that you can put your entire dick and balls inside of a cage, and I learned that next door right before the show. And I said, oh wow, finally someone's protecting the dicks. And store owner said, actually, these dick cages require a lot of trust. And I was like, and I was like, between who? Like the cage maker and my dick? Or he was like, no, the person that you give the key. And I was like, look, buddy, no one puts my dick in a cage and takes the key from me. As far as I'm concerned, this is a safety device. Tread on me, pal. And definitely don't tread on my wang. It's in a cage now. Seriously, no one's stealing my wiener. Not now, not ever. My eyes were immediately drawn to the dick cage, by the way. I was taken in there so they could show me this insane dildo that looks like a Cthulhu face or something. Why do we keep inventing dildos for dicks that don't exist? Because dicks are bad. I get it. Boy, we went on a thing that I didn't plan. Everybody shout out a job that doesn't exist but you think would be weird if it did. Okay, cum sommelier? Great. I heard it. If someone whispered in the back and I get it while you're shy, wouldn't a cum sommelier be hilarious? Here's my impression. By the way, for those of you that are looking at blank faces, it's someone that just drinks cum out of a wine glass and tells you about the cum. Much like a wine sommelier tells you about wine. Anyway, I have prepared a prepared impression for a cum sommelier. Here we go. It's this until people start to catch it. Here we go. Getting a lot of pineapple. Do you drink Axe body spray, pal? What is this? What is this? I'm getting pineapple, I'm getting Axe body spray, and I'm getting the Die Hard with a Vengeance. Thanks, guys. That's a concept. Wow. Didn't realize I was starting a revolution.